Hello, and thank you for joining us on today's webinar, How Automation is Changing the Business Landscape from Emergent. My name is Cynthia Hart, and I will be your moderator today. We'll be taking questions in the Q&A box at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to ask. And we will be recording this session and making it available on demand afterwards. So today, I'd like to start with introducing our two main speakers who will take you through some of the challenges and opportunities of automation, as well as the use cases in the automation landscape. Then you'll see a demo of low-code automation capabilities, as well as a discussion of creating a center of excellence, and finally a bit about our capabilities here at Emergent. Next, please meet Aldis Erglis. Aldis is our Head of Technology Strategy here at Emergent. With over 20 years of experience building software-based solutions for business performance, Aldis is passionate about ML, AI, and is recognized as an AI influencer in Eastern Europe. For the past 6 consecutive years, he's been awarded the Microsoft Data Platform MVP Award, recognizing his technology expertise and outstanding contributions to communities. Then we have Adam Gorin, our client partner for the UK and Ireland here at Emergent. Adam is a senior strategic digital leader with more than 20 years of experience working in the areas of customer engagement, digital transformation, and data insights. In his day-to-day, you can find Adam helping our clients deliver exceptional customer experiences, enable actionable insights, and drive business growth. So next, we'll have Aldis walk us through some of the challenges and opportunities of automation.
Yeah, thank you, Cynthia. And we are starting with automation challenges and speaking more about business understanding and use case, which is most important when we are talking about automation, or we could say that it's better to understand it if we name it as an optimized work or optimized collaboration. And why it's important, why we are talking about automation so much, it's because we want to we want to add to our enterprises more automated processes, and not just by replacing some whole process or human with automated scripts, but more talking about how to enable our experts, our best people, with some technology that they could do their work more productively. And there we are talking about optimized work and optimized collaboration, more flexible business processes, and how to get more value from IT systems. And if we look at the modern landscape of business landscape of an enterprise, we will see the core systems when we have all the main business processes and even end-to-end business processes that are well-tuned, usually well thinked and well deployed, like invoice to payment, etc., where we have all the steps and they are really shaped in a good way. But on the other hand, we have this collaboration platform like Office 365, where actually a lot of real work is done, and then results are written or placed entered in the core systems. Like imagine that we are receiving email from the client in our Outlook, and then we are doing something with it. And so we are sending it to our colleagues, or maybe we are putting it in some SharePoint and somewhere else, and we need to do some approval for it. And very often we have some exceptional processes or some different situations when we are actually almost everything in this collaboration platform and only place results in our core systems. So this in the middle, it's a potential for this optimized work when we could enable our employees and clients with semi-automated or automated processes that could help them work more productive. And let's look at the one example straight away, that what we think, how we think these processes could look like. That imagine that we are receiving some information from the client which we need to use to enrich their data or do some processing of this information. And there is information that is written in the body of the email, and we have this on the bottom. And then we need to create conditions and something else. So how it could look like if you think about this optimized environment, because we are not talking so much about fully automated, because we still need this human in the loop. So we need someone who is really understand the business process and could help and control this business process and could be accountable for the results of this business process. So we're receiving this email, this incoming email, and it actually comes into our mailbox, and sometimes it could have different attachments, or even just information in unstructured way in email body, like in this case. And imagine that I, as a business user, I'm creating the process, a simple step-by-step process, when I saying, when there's incoming email in my email box from this sender or from this domain or from this region, so please trigger the activity and get out the body information and use the external service built by our machine learning team and organization, and get the structured data out of this, and parse it and get the client number and check it in our database. Is it existing client, and what are the conditions of this client? Then if there's a amount is larger than $100, for example, let's do conditional approval. Or there is some other stuff, and we are sending to the right person for approval. And then at the end, when this process is finished, send me and our client a notification. So we see that hundreds of such kind of processes every day, that they are not built in the core systems, because the processes are changing all the time. So at least for some time, we need to cover these processes. And usually these are covered by manual work and Excel files and the stuff. And if you ask how much actually, what is a portion of this process, that kind of processes in the enterprise, we cover it. So gathering the information about use cases, we see that about 60% of all use cases are starting in the email that are candidates for automation. They're starting with an email, and then there are human in the loop for approvals, for checking, for controlling, for adding intelligence, and etc. So these are activities, or these are processes that should be powered by these automation techniques and capabilities, not just automated end to end. In some cases, it's even not possible to automate it. And if you look at the quick wins that we could get applying these use cases, because first, in organization, we see that you need to start with understanding and identifying right use cases for this optimized collaboration and optimized work, and of course, automation itself. So we collected here four groups of most popular use cases for automation. For example, if we look at the knowing your customer KYC process, that are very popular in finance industry, for example. And here we have this customer communication use cases, when we are communicating with the clients by getting information from the clients about contact persons, account information, and all the other kind of information that usually is exchanged by email, especially when we're talking about B2B scenarios. And one of the use cases is related to conversational AI, to chatbots, when we, of course, we are talking about directed chatbots with predefined scenarios, and some that could be created by business users, and they are creating the logical sequence of steps that help clients to communicate and get some simple information even after working hours, and add some information. Of course, very popular use case is a client self-service portals, when we could collect some information directly from the client by not getting emails at all, but providing the forms and a lot of different informations in self-service mode. If we look at data extraction and enrichment use cases, then we could say that there is a lot of use cases related to data extraction or entity recognition. When we are receiving the different kind of documents like PDFs and images and different other kind of documents, which could be usually generated by other systems. So we need to extract data in a readable, in a structured way that could be used for data enrichment. Or probably we are receiving emails and documents and we need to classify them, so we could route them then directly to the right recipient. So we see a lot of automation and optimized works that could help to automate some parts of what we are doing, the parts of the processes. And if we look at the intelligent case management, probably it's the most important and most valuable use cases, because in case we have some untypical or exceptional process, and we need to handle the customer claims for something or for some customer applications, we need a process where we are receiving these applications on claims, we are registering, keeping this register, then having the business rules like reminders about that we need to handle it in 5 hours or 2 days, or maybe we need to add some other persons in decision making or approval, and then send notifications. So without applications or workflows for that kind of use cases, usually it's done in Excel file, when you keep all the records in Excel file and try and manually control it. So in a work optimization case, we are moving from email-based, Excel-based workflows to this collaborative applications, this workflow-based applications, and optimized task management.
Okay, great. Thanks, Aldis. Would like to stop here for just a moment and launch a quick poll to kind of talk about these 4 categories and see which one you guys think might be most interesting in your organization. So if everybody could just take a moment, it looks like most of you have voted. So data extraction, data enrichment, that's what everybody's most interested in. So thanks for sharing.
Yeah, it makes much sense, of course, because we have in data extraction, we have a huge potential for automation of routine tasks. And of course, as we see here in data extraction, most of the use cases are related to natural language processing. And we think it will be a huge topic in following years. So everything that is linked with natural language processing will be a huge topic, because a lot of applications, a lot of technologies available there. We just need to find the right use cases for it. And going forward, we are going deeper in Emergent. We are going deeper in the use case analysis, and here you can see we even are creating a catalog of use cases for automation, like over the 6 categories, and just collecting and just having the structure of these use cases, because it's very important when you think about automation. You need to start with the use cases in your organization. And to going even deeper in this analysis of use cases, what we do, we are looking at the use case. We are like here, conversational AI, chatbot. We are looking at what kind of benefits you can get out of it. Because usually when we are thinking about automation, probably we see that we will replace some FTEs. But in practice, when you start dealing with automation, you will see that the FTEs is a rare, the optimization of FTE, that you could replace some people, or it's a rare case. You often will get some different kind of benefits like process speed, data quality, and so on. So these benefits will be more intangible and more related to the value you are getting out of this process. It's because it's more optimized work and collaboration. So we are looking at the value and understanding more what is the effort needed to implement these use cases, which is also very important, especially when you're just starting. We are giving some outlook to this by rating the needed effort for building a proof of concept, and then you can understand what effort is needed to build an MVP solution or even live thing. And if we go more to technology part, into the automation landscape, what we can see here, that actually how it's related to digital transformation, where we have there usually processes, people, and technology. And we see that on the bottom that enterprise automation, which is a very important building block of this digital enablement, and of course, as we already discussed, powered by artificial intelligence, because we need all this cognitive stuff. If we are helping the people be more productive, we need to do something for them using artificial intelligence. And worth mention is that for automation, of course, we need also this integration or low-code integration using APIs. So on the people level, see that with enterprise automation, what we are enabling digital workplace and journey-based UX. That are these business processes and customer experience that we are helping automate or optimize by enterprise automation. And we analyzed a lot automation landscape and created the building blocks that could help you understand more actually where to start and what is your approach to automation. And here you see the main building blocks, and we put it in 4 groups, like starting with task automation, when we are talking more about these repetitive tasks, then applications, workflows, and decision automation. And if we start with task automation, we are talking about repetitive tasks like simple data extraction, copy paste, entering data, where we main tools for it are RPA robots and OCR plus data extraction. And you see the RPA, robotic process automation, here is as a building block. And of course, we also have a cloud services, for example, for OCR. On the next level and the middle, and that's probably the most complex part, when we need to build applications for our business professionals, like in case management, or we need to help them to build workflows for better processes. So here we have the collaboration application. We are building collaboration applications, do approvals, conditional approvals, building case management systems. And the tools or building blocks for that are interactive applications, workflows, and process mining. And the process mining probably is a separate is a topic for separate webinar, but it's a very interesting thing that helping you understand how the processes really work. And on decision automation, we are empowering this middle part, we're empowering the applications and workflows with machine learning AI. And as I mentioned it already, the natural language processing will be a big thing because of automatic translation, comprehension of simple language, and also analyzing language, do the text classification, do the anonymization and different stuff that are based on natural language processing. And of course, different pre-trained AI for translation and rule engines that could help us grab rules, business rules, and again, when it's saved in structured way, we could use it for applications and workflows. So these are mainly building blocks of this automation capabilities. And we talked about use cases, so understand that there is a layer of use cases or layer of the work that is done in an enterprise that could be optimized or in a way I described. And we've seen that the building blocks, and that next logical question is actually, what about technologies, actually, how to do that? And one of their approach we see is very, very promising and available is a low-code automation. And here if we look at the Gartner Magic Quadrants from last year about leaders and other companies in this in the low-code application platforms. Of course, we are expecting day by day. We're expecting this Magic Quadrant for this year, so it's coming up soon, hopefully. So, but if we look at the currently available Gartner Magic Quadrant for this, we see that in the leader quadrant there are 4 companies: Salesforce, Microsoft, OutSystems, and Mendix. And we are currently working with Microsoft and Mendix. For Microsoft, we see that there is a Power Platform, well known, that is very tightly integrated with Office 365. So we have a Power Apps when we could build applications. We have Power Automate for workflows, Power Virtual Agents, and 300 more low-code connectors when we could connect very easily to email, to SharePoint, and 200 and more different kind of services. And Mendix is very similar. So we have the application building, we have workflows, microflows, and Mendix is usually paired with SAP, but it's also available standalone. So we choose these 2 technologies for automation. And what means low code? It means that we could build a lot, or really get a lot out of the platform without any programming. It means that it's available for power users or for business users on rapid prototyping scenario. And if you look at these applications, you could see a screen, you could see the Power Automate here on the top, that it looks like step-by-step. We are writing step-by-step scenario. On each step, we could say that, oh, if there's an incoming email, if I receive email, it will trigger my activity. Please look that is there attachment. If yes, please extract them one by one if there are several. And if it's check out the document format. If it's a PDF, please put it here for in a SharePoint. If there's an Excel file, please check a client number. And for this client, please put it in this client folder in the SharePoint. So that you are going through the logical step, and that is how you are building it. So it's easy to build for yourself or for the company. If I look at the bottom, there's an interface for a Power Up Designer, and it looks very alike like other Office applications. It looks like more like PowerPoint, something between PowerPoint and Excel. And as Microsoft naming it or calling it Excel on steroids. So the same principle if you are going to PowerPoint and building presentations, you are going to Power Apps and building applications. So you could see that you could build from using different controls, like putting text fields, lists, and different kind of radio buttons, checkboxes, and so on, and putting logic behind. So you could build really mobile and desktop ready applications that could be used for different scenarios. And here on the right side, you see even there is a functionality where you could build a portals. It means that if you need a small self-service portal for your clients, you could build it with a Power Apps. So that is the idea of a low code platform. Of course, we see that it's quite simple to build applications, but still we need IT in the loop, and we will talk a bit about it a little bit later. And just a reminder about the scenario we've seen before. So I want to show you a small demo how it could be done. Like, remember, there is incoming email with an unstructured information, and we are structuring and actually process it. And let's go to the short demo about it. And imagine that that everything is starting, that the client is writing us email to our compliance team, and in the subject they are putting some reference number. We could read it by Power Automate, recognize, check in database if needed, and so on. And they are putting some text, or it could be a form or file. We could process it. And if we look at the Power Automate scenarios that we have built, we see that there is everything starting with triggering receiving email activity. So when the email is received, this process starts automatically. We check that in subject filter there is approval word. If you are receiving some email and there is no approval word or some hashtag or whatever, that this process will not be triggered. But in this case, we have this approval, we have some steps. Remember, we are calling external service prepared by our IT, and we parse the body. Probably we check the client that he's in our database and so on. And then we could create the conditional formatting. We say that if type is 1 and invoice amount is greater than 100, then we are doing one approval step. If not, then we are just sending notification and process is done. And you could build this process quite complicated, so it could be very long if needed, and so on, and many conditions. And you see that it is just by clicking it and using, not even typing here names, we are just choosing in each step names that are available in the process from the previous steps. So we have the fields and expressions, and we could use some formulas here and condition or and then or and add different steps. So it's very powerful. So we could do a lot of stuff here, and we could use this up to 300 different connectors. It means that during this process, I could connect to SharePoint, or connect to my course system, or I could connect to even some external services like LinkedIn and YouTube if needed. And then when approval triggered, I receive in my email box approval. It's like there could be a comment in approval. I say that everything okay, and even approval comment could be processed. But in this case, as a client, I receive that everything is done. My request is approved. So everything is okay. And in this scenario, you've seen that the human, we are not automating, so we are not replacing the human in the process with fully automated script, but we are empowering employees with optimized workplace and optimized collaboration tools. So we're providing automated tracking of issues. We are automatically do this and control this notification part and many more activities. And to actually implement all of this, so we've seen that there are use cases. Maybe we are very good with the use cases. We could identify them and see them, and I'm sure you will easily find them in your organization. Next, you even have the platform and if we are talking about Power Platform, if you have the Office 365, it means that you have set up security, you have set up authentication, user management, and all this stuff, connections to the system. So it means that this is almost ready to use. But what else we see as a very important building block in this, and it's a building your internal capability of this enterprise automation. And we strongly believe that automation capability is something that organization need to have internally. So you need to build your internal capability for automation. So we could call it center of excellence of automation. And there are three main pillars we see in building this internal capability. First is automation understanding. And actually what we're doing today, and one of the main purposes of this webinar is to showing you and giving this first understanding of automation. It means that what kind of use cases could or should be automated and how. Are we going to automating and replacing people or replacing end-to-end processes? Actually, to what level? To what level and how, what use cases are good for automation. And that is a part of automation understanding. And it's very important because it also very linked to the business case when you are thinking what you are really going to automate, and it comes from this understanding of automation. Next is having effective organization for automation, because it's a quite complicated thing. It's where a business comes together with IT, and we know that it takes effort to put all these things together. But we will talk about the organization a little in the next slide. And of course, appropriate technology. We've seen that in case of Office 365 and Power Platform, the choice is quite easy to make, but you need to define this technology, because if we talk about optimized work and collaboration, we need this platform, not one or two technologies, but we need a automation platform where we could build the applications and workflows very rapidly. And if we look at the center of excellence and how it linked with all the other organizations, we say that there's 4 levels here. And on the first level, of course, we start, as always, with business understanding and an understanding of use case. And here we have a process owner. So process owner works on the level when the real business thinking about what is needed, actually, what is coming, what we need to cover, how to work more efficiently, and how to optimize work, how to empower our colleagues and employees. And the process owner can define in the best way what's needed. On the next level, we have the power users and analysts, or we call them local developers. It means that they are more closer to automation practice in your organization. They are actually building this platform and landscape, so they understand what is possible and how to do that. Probably the power users are working in the business organization, so they are working together with process owners to provide the services to the clients and colleagues, so they can use this platforms, automation platforms for rapid prototyping, if not building applications, or for in simple scenario, when you need, just imagine that there's a incoming emails with attachments, and what you need to do is just get this attachment out of the emails and place in right way. So usually you do it manually, but power users using Power Platform could easily build a simple process which extracting these attachments from the emails and the placing in the right place. And of course, on the fourth level, we have IT professionals or IT organization, and they are responsible for maintaining this platform and giving the governance and guidance of all the IT stuff, which is, again, if we have Office 365, it's easier to implement Power Platform, but still you need the rules and templates and stuff. And from this picture, we see that this gives this low code approach in combination with that kind of organization is giving us a new capability that even if the business side is not building applications itself, the business could, using these low code tools, could do rapid prototyping. It means the saying what they need in more common way for IT and a business. So you could build in an hours some application prototype or use this prototyping tools during your lean workshops or business process analysis workshops. So you're getting faster to the result. And the center of excellence also could across the enterprise, across the organization, collect all the needed information, all the best practice together, and provide better feedback for business and for IT. And that is the main message for today from my side. So you see that if we structure it if we summarize it, that we start with the business use cases, automation, understand how we could use it in an automation case. And we are talking about platforms and building blocks of automation, and then the right organization for that.
That's great. Thank you so much, Aldis. Lots of great information. We're just going to pause here for a moment, just as a reminder, if you have any questions, we'll be taking them. We're just nearing the end of our presentation. So in a few moments, we'll be taking questions. So please put them in the Q&A box if you have anything. And next, I'd like to introduce Adam, who will share a little bit more about us here at Emergn. Thanks, Adam.
Hi, everyone. So I'd really just like to give you a very brief overview of Emergn. So for those of you who are less familiar with us, our business was formed in 2009. We're currently around 700 people, and that's across 12 offices in 8 countries. That includes the UK, the US, Russia, and Europe. And our stated mission is to improve the way that people and companies work forever. The thing that really excites us is helping our clients to bring exciting new ideas to market effectively as possible. And to bring that to life, we have 3 very distinct service offerings that you can see here. The first we call building better products. And actually that's where all the stuff we've heard today about automation sits. But in its broader sense, actually that's about end-to-end product engineering. And that's all the way from developing strategies through to the ideation for the right ideas, to the release, and then the ongoing management of those customer-centric products. And whether that's working exclusively with Emergn's expert teams or working in composite collaborative teams with our clients, we utilize agile ways of working and a product mindset. And that enables us to deliver value early and often, and then iterate frequent releases based on those insights that we're gathering. The second one you can see there is called improving the way work works. And essentially that's more of a consulting offering. And it's about helping our clients really identify and understand the complex blockers that exist in their business. And then what we do is we help them to design and develop new ways of working that align stakeholders on agreed business outcomes across the organization and enable them to then optimize the flow of work. Finally, the third, we call advancing business capability. And that's the one that's focused really on the forever part of our mission statement. So we're very deliberate about the transfer of skills and practices into our clients. And that allows them to enable long-lasting and sustainable change. Now, to achieve that, we developed our own work-based learning platform. We call that VFQ, or Value, Flow, and Quality. And that just enables us to distill all of our thinking around modern contemporary ways of working, so that our clients can, in the longer run, develop these skills and capabilities in-house. So they're the three service offerings that combined make our mission statement achievable and allows our clients to bring those exciting new ideas to market in the most impactful way. And of course, compete really effectively in today's ever more competitive digital economy. One of the things that we're superbly proud of, though, is our partnerships in the industry. So we've opted to align with the providers that really our clients work with the most. So you can see here, SAP, Microsoft, Oracle, IBM. Now, the advantage of that is it gives us access to expertise and architects when there are more complex problems. And of course, gives us ability to see what the roadmaps are for these guys and work very closely. And you know that's very helpful for us in the day-to-day when working with our clients.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that introduction about us, Adam, and thank you, Aldous, and everybody for attending. So we're at the end of our presentation here. We definitely want to stay connected, so you can follow us at Emergent on all our social channels as you see here, and also we invite you to connect with Aldous or Adam on LinkedIn. So now at this time, I would like to take any questions that have come in. We did have one here. This is probably for you, Aldous. Our team's headcount has been reduced. Is this approach something that could help us? So the automation piece there.
Yeah. Especially in this time, we hear a lot that probably there's an increasing amount of operations or transactions to handle, and sometimes team probably is decreasing. So I think that it's a best case for this optimized work when we actually when we need to enable the collaboration, especially in the scenarios when you need when you have this multi-step processes, when each step probably is done by separate person. So this collaboration then is this automated or optimized collaboration is even more effective and productive. So definitely when you want to do more with the less resources, you need to implement something optimized and automated. So that is a really case for the things we discussed today.
Perfect. So I did see one more question here. And then again, if any other questions pop up, you can see our info at or direct message us at any of the social channels. What is Emergent's role in this process? Adam, did you want to take that one?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, our role is to help our clients identify the use cases, to really identify what the challenges are and then help them unlock them, give them the tools necessary to make a success. And then, as I said before, step away so that we've embedded the skills and expertise within our client's organization.
Great. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much again to our speakers and to all of you for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate it. Again, please stay connected, and we will be sending out a recording of this webinar. So if there's anyone else in your organization who might be interested, or if any other questions come up, also please reach out if you'd be interested in a 30-minute assessment just to see how automation could work at your organization. We would love to hear from you. So thanks again, everyone, and have a great day. Bye-bye.